for any attorney in any practice area, how can they be more in tune to their clients' needs when presented with somebody who's child-free versus the typical familial client?
Yep. And first thing is don't use that family term like that because child-free folks have a family. It's just different. I think the hard part for any attorney or any professional dealing with child-free folks is, let's just start with watching your language, and the judgments come with it. You don't need to ask somebody, why are you not having kids? It's just like that's prying into their stuff. You just have to accept them for who they are. And you have to realize they're there. So interestingly enough, so the people that are listening to this, if you got employees, you have 4 or 5 employees, chance statistically, one of those is child-free. And I'll bet you they're not loud about it because it's almost like a coming out of time for people to say they're child-free. You've got to create an environment where it's okay to be who you are. And I will tell you, different areas of the U.S., big difference, but I think it's being accepting of the person as who they are and then going, let's look at what's different. And I think the hard part is if you try to fit things that would have fit otherwise, they're just not going to fit. So it's a great time to customize your programs, customize your structures. But the other part is look at your systems and see if there's systematic bias. Great example of this. A lot of the software all assumes you have kids, and any tax planning software, if you have 2 people together, automatically assumes they're married. Well, these are all assumptions that are biases that become issues. So you need to look at your systems, your structures, and see, hey, what are we doing through a different lens?
Right. And the worst is when you don't allow them to advance to the next screen because they didn't choose a viable option, but you don't have a viable option that fits them.
Yep.
Yeah. Awesome. Very interesting stuff and really enlightening for me. First of all, I used the word family before. I think I said typical familial situation. So I don't think I was that bad, but you called it out. And I was, thinking that you have your family structure and then you have your people who are childless, and you're absolutely right. They're a family too. It just looks different. So even me in my own vernacular here, having a conversation with you about this snuck that bias in. So I appreciate you calling me out on it and pointing it out to us, to our listeners. Very, very interesting to learn about this segment of the population and the things that they need to think about and the things that make them tick. For me as a business coach, perhaps they're not my target market because I talk so much about for future generations, but I'm not trying to exclude them. So certainly welcome to be in my world. And if you're one of those listening to this podcast, I'm happy to have you here and I appreciate you. But I can even see in my own business, there's a lot that we can do to get back to the basics, to look at where do we have systems and processes and things that are specifically geared towards. I mean, even in our coaching, we do a whole financial planning session for the business, and it's all based off of your financial need for your own personal life. And a lot of that is geared around stuff that you would need when you have kids and things like that. So I need to go back and look at that and make sure that it's geared well for people who don't have kids.